Hi everyone and welcome to this tutorial video. In this video I'm going to be working on a drawing of some rainbow coloured hair, and in this video for the initial sketch I'm going to be using a mechanical pencil with HB leads on some smooth Bristol board paper, and when it comes to the colouring I'll be using Prismacolor pencils. But don't worry too much about the equipment you're using. As long as you have any kind of coloured pencils or maybe even coloured markers, you can create something like this. I'll also mention that the colours in this drawing aren't going to be in the exact order of a rainbow, but I'll try and include all of the colours. So I started off by sketching the basic outlines of the hair, not thinking too much about the line placement and just kind of getting an idea of the flow of the hair and the folds as it flows downwards. I had a few reference images in front of me that really helped with inspiration and helped to get some ideas down onto the paper. I found it really helpful to get the outlines down at this stage and just thinking about the line placement and making sure the hair was even on both sides, so hopefully that will help you out as well. Once the outlines had been sketched, it was time to move on to the colouring. And as I mentioned, for the colouring I used Prismacolor pencils, and I wanted to start off by having the first layer of colour on the top section of the hair, and then having a second section of colouring for the lower half of the hair. You'll see this happening as I go along in the drawing. So I'll start off with the first section and the colours I use for that. So for the top of the head, starting off with the darkest colour first, I used violet blue, adding some extra shading to this area with a black Prismacolor pencil as well. It's really important to note when you're colouring hair or shading hair in any of your drawings, it's really important to use all of the strokes in the direction that the hair is flowing, and not to worry too much about the hair placement in general. It's good to have some reference images in front of you and to kind of get an idea from them, but don't try and copy exact images, because drawing hair is just about using quick fine strokes and having a relaxed hand. It's just about being confident with those strokes and not overthinking the line placement. So moving down this first section of the hair, as I mentioned before, I started by using the violet blue pencil. After that I used a violet, after that was lilac, and then processed red, magenta, pink, and finally as the lightest colour on this section of hair I used light peach. Just following the same rules as I mentioned before as I work my way down each lock of hair. Not overthinking the line placement, making sure all of the quick fine strokes are moving in the same direction as the flow of the hair, and just blending the colours over the top of each other as I work my way down each lock. You can even use a white Prismacolor pencil at this stage as well to help add some strands of hair and to also help with the blending of the colours. Once I finished colouring the first half of the hair, it was time to move on to the second half with a bunch of different colours. I started off by using the same violet blue that I used before to add the darkest part of the colouring to this section. Also using the black Prismacolor pencil to add some extra shading that would go underneath the first layer of hair and to help show up the different layers and levels. The black Prismacolor pencil is actually extremely helpful throughout this drawing to help show up the different levels of hair and to add some extra shading where you need it. Moving down from the violet blue that I used before, in the order that I used them, I used peacock blue, aquamarine, light aqua, chartreuse, and canary yellow. Making sure to blend the colours as I work my way down, and also using the white Prismacolor pencil to help with the blending and to add some extra strands of hair where they're needed. Another way to add some extra details and strands of hair to this drawing is to take one of the darker colours and make sure it's sharpened, and just adding some extra lines over the lighter tones. I did this for both sections of hair using the violet blue, and it works really well, especially when using the white Prismacolor pencil as well. And then for the final touches of this drawing I made sure to add the extra shading with the black Prismacolor pencil. And lastly, I used a Uniball Signo Broad Pigment Ink white pen just to add some highlighting to some of the lighter parts of the hair and to add some extra strands where they're needed, just to show up some more details. After that, the drawing was completed, and overall it only took about 3 hours to complete. I really recommend trying it out. It's so much fun to work on. Working on some coloured drawings like this was something that I really wanted to try, and hopefully it worked out in the end. So please let me know what you think of this drawing in the comments below. If you enjoy videos like this, then make sure you're subscribed, and any likes or shares are always hugely appreciated, and it means so much to me. It really helps the channel out. If you want to follow me on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram and check out the progress photos that I post throughout the week, then be sure to check out the links in the description box below. And once again, thank you so much for the support on this channel. It always means so much to me, and working on these videos is a huge amount of fun. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon.